All right, folks. Joey here with Dixie Doggers. We are live in Downsville, Louisiana at the World Championship, hogbaying.com. This is the last one of the season. Crown the new champion. They're going through the list of the top 10. I don't have all the names and stuff yet because they're not finished, but we're sitting here with two of the greatest hog dog sensations to ever drive down
Don't say that.
I-20.
He's talking about us?
Yeah.
To ever ride down 20. You know what I'm saying? So we're here with the Boars N Broads guys once again. We're in the daylight hours.
Hey.
And we've had a good time this weekend.
Absolutely.
It's been a great time.
Had a good time. We actually a bunch of Woods guys got here with some Woods dogs, and hey, we had a good time. We all bayed a little bit and didn't really have a lot of catching though. Surprisingly.
We didn't draw the right hog.
Well, no, at all. We drew perfect bay pin hogs.
Oh yeah. Pin folks would have loved them hogs.
If I would have got two of those hogs with my competition dogs, I'd have been all right.
Yeah.
But the two I got, I would have rather swapped them.
Oh yeah.
It had something with a little more movement to it. But
spunk to it.
Champ, that son of a bitch is a workhorse.
What, you run 5 times today?
Yeah, like 5. And he don't care. He's ready to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you could tell by the end, after his first 3 runs, his last 2, he kind of lost concentration a little bit. He bayed hard for a minute, and then he's like, all right, we've bayed 3 times, and we have yet to catch this hog.
Yeah.
Same outcome.
Yeah.
The definition of insanity.
Where's the catch dog at? And so he's like, I'm not doing this no more. And, and I could say, and he'd go over there and start barking at it again. But, I should have just ran it once or twice. But
yeah.
I'm here. We drove to Louisiana. Why would I?
Send it.
Exactly. I mean, when you're here, run them. You support the sport.
Yeah.
And, it puts money in the rotation. We're a lot alike, with realistic expectations. You come here, you're like, man, it'd be cool if I did get the bay off.
Yeah.
It'd be freaking crazy as hell if I did win something. Yeah. But in all reality, we're just here to have a good time, you know.
I'm not going to get
forward ain't
tuned up.
Deleted. Well, no, that's just because it has to pull so hard to take off.
Oh, come on.
Turbo
now.
Screaming.
That's right.
It's probably got fuel in it, which is a hell of a lot better than that Duramax did, boys.
Yeah,
ain't lying.
We're going to talk about that.
But yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't my truck at all. Rodney Bell Rodney Bell drove me down here in his Duramax. He ran out of diesel. What in the hell is wrong with him? I don't know. Anyway, we still love him.
We woke up and saw a picture of Nate and Joey in the back of a cop car.
Yeah, it's like father and son duo.
I was like,
oh man,
call them, make sure they're all right, make sure we ain't got to go.
Hey, and y'all were the first ones that really checked on us.
That's because we was up.
Yeah, I was thinking to say everybody else
snuggling at a dang rest stop on 20.
Yeah, we had a few people that they're like, hey man, you okay and all that. Yesterday. I got all the messages yesterday. I was like, yeah, we're sitting in the field looking at you. Talked to you last night.
Yeah. I ain't had service since I've been here. I will say that.
Because Carter got that Cricket wireless.
Hey, $40 a month, baby.
Hey, that's what I got, Cricket.
I got Verizon.
No, I literally.
out here.
Hey, literally. We had both of the big names.
Yeah.
And it got out of hand.
Oh yeah.
I had eight phones total. Me and the family.
Trapping.
Yeah. That's it.
Y'all get
2
flip
phones.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Y'all remember when they used to count minutes?
Yeah, I remember the first cell phone.
Yeah, you old.
He in a bag.
I'm talking about Ryan and Nate.
I'm talking about, look, I remember
free after 9, baby.
Hey, that T9 text message. Oh, yeah. I could type a message so fast on T9.
I didn't know what a text message was. Like, for real. And they was like, you got to text. I had over 300 text messages before I ever opened them because I was like, there's some kind of dumb shit right here. And my wife's like, it's a text. I was like, what does that mean? She opened it. I mean, like, all these people have been texting me the whole time. I was like, well, I got Southern Link 2-way radios, Oh, yeah. I was like, why didn't they just hit me on the radio?
Yeah.
I
missed on next time.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I did. Do they still make?
I think Nextel came back for a little while.
Now,
And
I
then,
like Nextel, but we use Southern Link. It just did better in our area.
Yeah.
For the most part. So, but yeah, service hasn't been very
no,
good.
it ain't been great. But I tell you, and I'll let Ryan talk about this. Downsville, if you ain't been to Downsville, you got to come to Downsville. Downsville's fun.
Yeah. I've been to Hickory Crossing, Pistol Creek. Well, even Uncle Earl's. Uncle Earl's is a site just because it's historic. Uncle
Yes,
Earl's,
it is.
But
Well, there's so many people that roll through
But
there.
if you want to come to a bay competition and have a great time and a great atmosphere and great setup, this is.
Oh yeah,
They rolling pigs through quick. It's set up for
The pen is cool. It's kind of, it feels like, the pen's kind of down in the hole, but it's not on it. That's just kind of the atmosphere. There's stands kind of rise up above. You can get down and look, and it's a fun time, especially when the lights come on. Those lights come on.
It's kind of like an old school auction,
right?
Almost. That's the best I could think about it. Like the older stockyards, had the pen in the front and the stands and stuff.
Yeah, they got
like when the lights come on.
If you'll want to see a show, wait till them bay off hogs come out there.
Oh yeah,
they had some spunk to them last night.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, and Jay Bird's got the music playing right there on the pen. I mean,
I tell you that's one of my favorite things about everything that.
Oh.
taking a growler over there.
He's taking a chair.
I didn't know what he was doing. I said, kind of, folks, y'all can't see this, and I don't want to see it really. Yeah,
it was right in your face.
Yeah, he kept back and forth with his feet. My dog did, and then he just took.
You know what though? That's a good tight turd right there. That's that Showtime.
Yeah, and he's honestly all loosened up and he's nervous right now. So it usually you can hear it when it hits. Clink.
Yeah, clink. Yeah, that thing's hard now. I'm telling you, that Showtime dog feed is where it's at. If you don't feed Showtime, you're not feeding the best.
Hey,
I fed Victor for years,
and I was a value pack dude. I
fed Victor for years, and
we switched out to Earl.
The consistency.
That's when I switched.
The consistency of Showtime. I'm not saying anything bad about Value Pack. I'm not saying anything bad. They're good feeds. But every single time you feed Showtime, you know what you're going to get.
It's held true for us. I had what we call hard gainers or hard keepers. You know that
right.
You got a dog is just kind of rangy, bony little dog, and like Goose and Chaos. I mean, when I keep saying Goose, it's on my brain. I got a new Goose hat. See, Randy Terrell, what you done?
Rent free.
Hey, Randy, it's going to be $27 cash at me. That's what I need.
That's what Randy said.
No, that's what I'm charging.
What, to wear the hat?
Yeah. This is advertisement, man. It's my sponsor now. Y'all didn't know that, did you? But anyway, Chaos and Junior, if, like, on the value pack, with Victor, they stayed, I mean, they were never underweight.
Right.
But it just wasn't what I wanted.
Right.
And so we would have to supplement to keep them there. And so we got the Showtime. And we instead of just mixing it in, we fed a couple of dogs Showtime and the other dogs Victor.
Yeah, head-to-head test.
The dogs that we were feeding Showtime, we had to loosen the collars in 2 weeks' time. And I mean, a lot of people get dog food and they swap and they think, I've been feeding it for all week and I ain't seen no difference. Give it 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, give it a month and see.
That's just like working out or trying to lose weight. It ain't gonna happen in a week.
It ain't no 30-minute abs.
Yeah, no doubt. And you don't hardly notice it because you're looking at that every day.
Right.
And then other people will walk up and they'll be like, "Damn, what have you been doing to that?" Like you could tell a huge difference. So
I mean, they look good, man. Their coats are shiny. And stuff
and their longevity, the stamina, like they can stick with, like you said,
5
times a day. We ran OJ 3 times. And, I mean, a lot of times the guys out here in the competition, there's not a lot of them that'll run that many times together. So.
And OJ put it down today, people.
He did.
He's going to be he's an up-and-comer. He's a woods dog. He's a woods dog, folks.
But he made perfect
He's bad.
every time he done today. Yesterday, he had one hiccup. And honestly, it's one of those deals that happened. The dog had pissed. And he 18 seconds left in the run, and he put his nose on it, so he broke our eye contact. But, I mean, you can't ask for more than that from a hunting dog. No. Matt Latham, he stand up there, he asked me, he says, "Is that OJ?" I said, "Yeah." So I got him from Cody Fritz, who had got him from Tyler, and Tyler Gresham, and they hunted the piss out of the dog. I'm gonna run him in the pen as long as he keeps doing that.
Oh yeah,
You know?
he put on. I like that Matt Latham. That dog.
That dog will hang around.
Yeah, he'll hang
Striker
over.
was upside down.
He's swinging.
Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite part. I ain't gonna lie. I love to see a good baby, but that's something gonna better be super tight chopping.
Yeah.
I mean, just wop, 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 wop. One of those that stand back. Like one of my favorite dogs is Blue Boy, the old blue tick.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those. It's like, okay,
That's the one that runs a lot in 2-dog.
Yeah,
and he'll just sit
stand
back.
boo.
He'll say, boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good pictures, videos. Huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good dog.
My favorite dog this whole weekend is that who owns that Ben dog? Whatever dog name's Ben.
I don't know. Ben was running one dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to
one
think.
dog, 2 dog. I don't know. Was it Eric? Was it Billy that ran it? I don't know. Anyways, whoever has that Ben dog up there, he's my favorite. He's a bad son of a gun.
Hell yeah. There's a few of them.
I just like watching all of them.
Yeah. I just like them gritty ones to get up nice and up front and close and personal.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
I like them gritty hogs too.
Yeah, the hogs
like
make
too.
a huge difference. Like we were talking about today. You know, if of course everybody be like, well, if I got a different hog, you know,
yeah.
but they don't mean they want one that's running.
No,
we do. We're like,
we want one that
the ones that
meet you in the middle.
Yeah.
You know. And I said it last night. One of the best runs that I watched, aside, you know, even the 10s I watched, the best run I watched all night last night. I forget who it was, but I apologize for forgetting who it was. But it was two black and tans, and they bayed the hog in the middle the entire time. They ran at 9-9. I mean, it was as good of the hog would not. He didn't set up. They made him set up, and then he'd blow out, run over both of them. They'd get up and be right back in his face. Yo. I enjoy. I love a good 9-9. I mean, some of the best runs you'll see are 9-9s, 9-8s.
Because there's a reason most of the time behind that deduction.
Oh yeah,
that hog whooping on that ass.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize. You know, a dog. You know, those pro dogs, like we talk about, there's a difference. I mean, we run mostly wood dogs. So you got a couple pro dogs, but that hog's got to make those pro dogs mess up. Because if he doesn't, if you get a setup hog on a pro dog,
they're going to stay.
It's going to be a 10. Yeah. He's going boop, 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 boop. But you need something, and those bay off hogs, those eliminator hogs, I think they call them.
They make
them work now.
Yeah. I mean, how many runs? They went like 15 runs before anybody got a 10. It was 9-8, 9-6, 9-5, 8-5.
There hasn't been a lot of 10s this whole weekend.
Yeah, no, not a bunch.
And
of them. Now, there were a decent amount in the first round of the 2-dog.
Yes.
In the first round of the 2-dog, I think there were. Would they have 40 something?
Yeah, like 40, 42,
but
47.
When they put them spunky hogs in there was what 3?
Yeah.
3 10s? Yeah, 3 10s out of 40 plus runs.
And due regard, it's not on the dogs. It's hard to bay a rough hog.
It is. Yeah.
And then
that's just good. I mean, you need them.
How many rounds did they go total last night? 2 bay offs, 2 different ones.
So they ran the first one, and then they bayed the 10s. There were 3 10s, and then I think there were 7 9 9. So they had 10. Yeah, you know. So they had 4th and 5th, and I mean, in that second bay off, it's 7 minutes. And I tell people all the time, like, I can't look at anything for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And you I mean.
Just think how much, even your mind, just think how much it wanders.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at something.
Oh,
driving.
Without
talking to people.
Yeah, I mean.
In the middle of a conversation with somebody, you still think of something.
I mean, it happens all the time.
I tell people all the time, we're woods guys. There's no doubt, you know. Eventually, I'll own a bay pen dog because I'm gonna get tired of losing money every time I come to these. I'm gonna try and have one, you know, that I can say, maybe he'll win, you know. But regardless of whether or not you're a woods, you have to appreciate you got something you think will sit there and focus on a hog for 7 minutes. Bring it, and you know, it's just like what we that blackmouth over there. I mean, jam up Woods Dog.
Yeah.
Jam up, show enough Woods Dog.
And he just did not want to.
Hey, he got that gate.
Yeah, he's the gatekeeper.
That gate.
If you can't get past the gatekeeper.
That gate. I mean, it was on hold.
Yeah,
it was on hold.
And you know, it's weird because OJ's a woods dog too.
Right.
Two completely different styles of dogs that hunt as well.
Right.
That yellow dog will outdo this dog in the woods.
Yeah.
But that dog in the pen, as far as the baying, will outdo the yellow dog.
Me and Carter was talking about it earlier. I think the more high-strung woods dogs
Mm-hmm.
do better in the pen.
I do too.
You know,
So that short dog that had that pass, he's more lackadaisical. He was more lackadaisical, but he'd do all right in the 2-dog. But 1-dog, he would go. But even Daisy, if I put her in even today, you see it. She does it and then backs out, and does it and backs out.
Because there's so many different in the woods. They'll put down.
But Carter's dog Champ is so high strung. He can do about whatever you want to do with him.
Except for catch a hog, because he ain't no good.
Yeah.
Can't go 28,000 miles and go find one.
No, he's not going to do that. He might go.
We have to go get him in a high fence somewhere. And catch him.
Yeah. I'm going to go to one of them pits.
Hey, speaking of the pens,
I think I know where one's at. Decent one.
Yeah, y'all probably got a bunch of them. That's what y'all did. Y'all had
north of us, I think.
Y'all had them all tied out when y'all was doing them hunts too.
Yeah, we had a hog tied out. And
it was a 160-pound hog to enter
with 2.5 inch teeth. That's the one we.
When I seen the picture of the teeth, I was like, "Oh shit, these boys got a stud," and it still was a stud.
Yeah,
I mean,
great hog.
But it was. If it had been a 260.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We'd have won. I mean,
but that 160 could have easily ruined our day.
Oh yeah, and
shout out Dave Williams.
And also shout out our boy the East Tennessee Cowboy Josh Standard.
Yes.
That hog that I sent you a picture of, Champ and Rue caught him before we got there. We sent the catch dog to him, but they had him squealing by the time we got there. I mean, you saw it on the video. Oh, yeah. He was squealing, and you seen the catch dog get cut loose. And we go up there, he was hung.
Yeah.
But now he was spunky. He about whooped me. He about whooped me.
Yeah, I seen that part too.
Yeah, when you cut him back loose?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that leg.
Yeah, everybody's like, grab him by the tail. I said, if he wants to turn around while I got him by the tail, he's still going to turn around.
Yeah, he still do the same thing.
He'll be already standing.
And then I ain't got nothing to grab onto.
So for some of you listeners out there that y'all wonder what we're talking about on him sending videos, it wasn't just like being hey, I'm going to send you this. What we done is we put on a hunt, and we called it Shank-A-Thon. And it was actually, you could hunt anywhere, any state, and, any style that was legal there, as long as you use dogs and a knife, or if you use dogs and tied them up, whatever the legalities were.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know if anybody's done a virtual hunt in the U.S. Somebody said they have in Australia.
Australia, they do it. But not that I've heard.
But the first one that we done, it went really good. The second one we done, man, it flowed.
Yeah.
It done really well. And, had a pretty good payout.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get a few more sponsors on that next one. We'll have, after the first of the year, we're going to try to put an extra 0 on the end of those winnings.
Yeah.
So awesome. I think we had about 5,000 total on the payout on that one.
Yeah. And the thing is, people are like, oh, well, hey, you might be able. I don't trust that. I don't trust that.
Yeah, exactly.
The way it's set up, I'll go ahead and give everybody a rundown of the rules. So when you get there and the dogs are baying or the dogs are caught, a minute before you get to the dogs or 2 minutes before you get to the dogs, whatever it is, you got to start that camera rolling. And you film the entire catch to the knife, to the tie, whatever it is.
Show your date and time.
Show your date and time on your phone. And, it ain't like you could have a hog tied up and then just take a picture of him, or he'd be in a trailer and you just pull him out and knife him and string him up. And when you're measuring teeth, you got to show date and time. Yeah. You got to do all that.
There's a lot to it.
Right, there's a lot to it.
But you don't have to go nowhere.
The thing about it to me is if you got lie detectors for it. If you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat in a real tournament. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's virtual weigh-ins or a regular tournament.
Yep.
Like if they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat.
And that's between you and God at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
if I damn cheated on, I don't know, if I stole $1 for somebody at a gas station, I'd feel bad and probably blow my tire out on the way.
He steals my wishes all the time.
Oh yeah. I know that you put that nameplate, and we can do them for you too, Dixie Dogger Supply Company. But I got into wasn't an argument really, but a guy called me and he was like, well, man, the virtual stuff, I just don't see how it's going to work. So I explained it to him. He was like, well, people could cheat. I was like, well, if somebody's going to cheat, they're going to cheat anyway.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what are you talking about? You know, he's like, well, confirmation number. I said, pulling your phone out and having the date and the time.
Yeah.
That's like, it's set by satellite.
Yeah.
Everybody has a cell phone, and most Garmin's even have timestamp.
Yeah.
I said, so when you show that, that tells me
You can't change that.
you can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't change the time on your phone. And he was like, well, I mean, like an old video. I was like, but you had to show date and time. I said, now, when you do other tournaments, and you have to take a picture with a confirmation number in that hog.
Yeah.
I said, true enough, you got that confirmation number. But you could have went out there, knocked that hog in the head right there in the pen, drug him out there in the edge of the woods. I said, this one, you have the video going before you ever get to the hog.
Before you even see the
I
hog.
got to see
Today's
the whole
date and
process.
technology and stuff, I could easily edit a picture of a confirmation number on a piece of paper and put it in a picture and make it look
Yes.
legit. You know?
Oh, yeah. There ain't no
100%.
doubt. There ain't no
You could
doubt.
do that on your iPhone probably nowadays.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and I like it because you get folks from all
Everywhere.
different.
Everywhere.
You catch different style hogs. You know, somebody might catch a 300-pound boar, but I for the style, for the one hog, I think y'all's big boar scoring system is about the best thing.
It's a trophy.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
what's the best overall boar hog?
Yeah, because I think we had the one we took second with, and then I think our next one would have got third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
But the third and fourth place hogs weighed more than that hog, but it was at 155 pound with 2.5 inch teeth on both sides. So
Well,
you take in account for the territory and everything, you know, and because there's some hogs where you go and they're giant hogs,
no teeth.
no teeth. There's some hogs where you go and they're little hogs, big teeth. So you kind of even those things out, and you know.
And that's thanks to that young man right there, my son Nate.
That's
I like it.
I do too.
And
I
it
think
puts it into the perspective. And here's how I pitch it. It's like most people that hog hunted, they know deer and deer hunting. So you know what a 150-inch deer looks like.
Right.
This would be the equivalent to saying that's a 150 class hog.
Right.
If it's a 200 class hog, you know it's a 300-pound hog with some shanks.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to be a hell of a trophy.
Right.
So I think myself, you know, when you get into that, that's like I said, that's like shooting a 200-inch deer.
Right.
Not everybody does it.
Right.
Not in the wild and doing it legit.
Right.
So, and we were talking, and who was it you said? Oliver, wasn't it? They were talking about doing the radio collar and stuff like that for the university. And they said they were actually considering using that to measure some of the hogs.
I think, I mean, it's
neat. I haven't heard anybody else doing that.
The big boar score. There's another scoring system, and I forgot the name of it. I had it wrote down, but it's totally different, man. It's got all kind of.
It's got several different equations.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing about it is you say it's a big boar score, and when you first look at it, you say 1/8 inch or that's a point or whatnot, and it seems complicated in your head. But then you do it, you measure the teeth. All right, man, he's got 2-inch teeth. How many times does 8?
16.
Yeah, there's 16. So I get 16 points for both sides. That means I get 32. And then you weigh the hog, and you say half of what he weighs. That's the other side of the points. It's easy.
It worked. Yeah, like you said, at first it's like, damn, I got to do all this math.
Yeah.
But it's not.
There ain't no math to it.
No, it's not. It's very easy. And like I said, it really leveled the playing field because between third and fourth, or no, it's fourth and fifth, wasn't it? This time, yeah, between fourth and fifth, the fifth place hog was quite a bit heavier than the fourth place hog.
Fourth place had teeth.
But he had good teeth. That's the difference. But and hey, shout out to the fifth place guy. He said, "Man, the teeth aren't even good enough to measure."
Yeah, there's a 1/2 inch minimum.
Yeah, and I told him it's a 1/2 inch minimum. So what were they? He's like, I think it was like 5/8 and 3/4. And he's like, I don't even worry about it though.
Okay.
But I put it down. I said, no, I mean he did. I was like, so I'm gonna add it in. But he was honest about it.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's video and stuff there to go with it.
Right.
But still, it's just like. And that's why he kind of laughed, because I think that hog was 186 pounds. And then the other hog that he beat out was only like 160 something.
Right.
It wasn't much more than what you guys had got. It was only just a few pounds. and it literally was 2 points difference.
Yeah.
I checked the math a bunch of times because I was like, it was
Right.
Heath. It was like, but he caught the biggest sow again.
Again.
He likes them big girls.
No, he could
I
get
know.
on it.
I've seen some Snapchats on that.
Yeah.
We did an interview with Heath, and did you get it uploaded? You gonna upload it this week, ain't you? Yeah. We had a couple of strikes against us on YouTube, so we always try to do good stuff and do shed positive light
Right.
on everything. And man, they're just really hard on some of the videos, like stuff that wasn't bad at all.
The only video that I've gotten taken down was from the 2-Dog World Cup up here, and when was that?
August, somewhere.
Like
Or
June
late
or July.
June,
July,
made it in
something
August.
like that.
Dropped it out in August. I remember.
Yeah, but that's the only video I've ever gotten taken down, and there's nothing super rough on it. It was just nice dog work. They were just in a pen,
I think that's what it is because they're in a pen now.
I think so too. And part of that,
Taken down, they were all hogs.
Yeah. part of it is
No teeth on it.
people being goobers,
Yes.
people being stupid.
Goobers.
That's Rutledge for saying something nicely about
that's
somebody
exactly what
that
you're
you want to say mean, but.
I know what
The-
a goober
Goober's peanut butter. That stuff that's got the peanut butter and jelly in it. That's
goober great, baby. That's
that's
Damn
good
right.
stuff. But people put stupid stuff on there.
Well, yeah, and then it reflects on.
We talked about it earlier. The number one thing that we as a community have got to quit doing, whether it be woods guys woods guys are notorious for it. Like, your dog's a warrior, blah, 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 blah. Don't put a cut up dog on Facebook.
Yeah.
Don't put a cut up dog on Instagram. It's not good.
Don't put any blood.
No, it's
even from the hog.
right.
Just
It's just not good, And I became more conscious of it myself. And I took a picture with Josh's daughter Whitley, and there was the hog wasn't beat up bad, but there was just some blood on it. So I was like, I'm just gonna
have to scribble it.
Yeah, scribble a little blue on there.
It's not hard to do.
It's not hard to do. You can take a screenshot of it and then just take your finger and scribble it on there, and
I
it's the
figured that
same
out
exact
myself.
picture.
I
It's
figured
the
that out
same
by
exact
myself.
picture.
Even my old ass could
Yeah.
figure that little bit of technology out. I was like, what is this thing? Click. I was like, oh, hey, I can erase shit now.
Yeah.
And see, guys, it's that simple.
It's that simple.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, immediately if you post pictures, like we know some boys that post some stuff. I mean, it's bad. It don't look good for sport. I mean, you got your dog
Send it
cut
to
up,
your buddies.
guts hanging
yeah.
out. You don't.
Yeah, if you say, look, the job I did sewing this dog up. This is before. This is after. We got pictures of when we went to Texas. Of Shrimp and Champ. And before and after. And it's just. You'll send that to your buddies. Send it to your buddies. Show it to your buddies.
Yeah,
Don't put it
private.
on Facebook. Don't put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to see that.
And take
No.
it down.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going to lead to the demise of all of
Right.
it. Like I said, in Alabama where we live at, I literally have watched it just filter down to where now it's like we've got all these seasons and regulations. And, when I first started hunting, it's like you could just do whatever.
Mhm.
And then when Facebook really picked up, when it first came out, there was a lot of rough videos. I ain't gonna lie, and I had some of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about all
It's
that.
just a day in the day. The day and the age of social media, everyone wants to look cool
Right.
and brag about other stuff. It's the same thing with anything, man. Like, we got duck hunters that kill 80 wood ducks in one roost shoot, and then
Yeah.
they post it, and then all of a sudden next morning the game warden's on your door
Exactly.
trying to come get you.
Yeah.
I mean, post. Not saying
Like,
what to do and not to do, but I'm saying
Yeah.
be smart about what you post.
Yeah. Do something positive.
Well, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've tried to.
Showing a dog that's gutted, that that might make you.
It
prideful.
happens. It does happen.
It happens, but that might make you prideful. But I guarantee you, that what we have to do is we're never gonna win the people that are the far left wing, anti-hunting, anti-meat. We're never gonna win those people.
No.
Ever. And we shouldn't even try and cater those people.
Exactly.
We should not try. But the person that doesn't know anything about hog dogs, they don't know anything about hunting or you know, they go sit in the deer stand twice with their son.
Yeah.
That's the people we got to win. We don't have to worry about the people that hate us,
because we're never going to
win the people that don't know anything about us.
And there's a lot of people out there, and I've won a lot of those people,
right?
Just like you guys have. I know some. Man, it's one of those. I don't even want to really know if I want to tell. All right, we know a guy, and he's a big deer hunter,
right?
And for a long time you couldn't run deer dogs in a certain part of the state, but there was one part of the state that you could. And so they would run deer dogs, and he was like, "Man, they come on my property, I shoot the piss out of them." And I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, I was like, "Man, don't even say that."
Yeah,
He's a young guy. I mean, Nate knows him. They went to school together, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, "Well, I could get on to him and just burn him down about all this shit, or I could educate him." I said, "Come on, let's go run dogs." So we go on a hog hunt. That boy, that's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
He still does his deer hunting with rifles, and he told me, he said, "You know, all I know is what I've always been told."
Oh, yeah, that's
exactly right.
It's generational ignorance,
right?
And ignorance doesn't mean a bad thing. That doesn't mean like you're stupid or you're a dumbass. It doesn't. It just means that you're benign to the situation.
Right, and something's for it. Man, he is putting it on it. He is putting it on it, son.
But no, I mean, that's really what it is. It's just some people don't know any better, man. And that's what they're taught.
I think sometimes I know for a fact that I do. Because I think a little bit of drama is good, you know.
Sure.
It gets people talking.
But we can't get so bogged down on the people that are going to hate us regardless of what we do. You know,
we're having technical difficulties for a second.
We're working on it. The sun is shining in Downsville.
Is beautiful for
real.
It's been beautiful all weekend.
About 75 feels awesome.
But we can't get so bogged down on the people that are going to hate us regardless of what we do.
Exactly. You waste so much energy.
Energy, time.
Just move on and do what you can do for the ones that are going to count later.
Right. It's gonna come to a point where it counts. It's gonna come to a point where we have to have those moderate people, the people that go sit in a deer stand 2 or 3 times a year. I wouldn't call them hunters. They're not really big time hunters, but those are they hunt. Yes. They hunt a little bit,
and they put into the funding that keeps our public lands and stuff, and the ability for us to hunt.
That's exactly right. And those are the people you got to have.
Yep. 100%. So what have you guys been doing other than just coming to bay pens now? Y'all actually been hunting? Besides pen hogs that's in out there in the Shank-A-Thon?
That's right.
We had
we bought them from a guy in South Georgia at the Florida line that everybody talks about down there. He wouldn't even hunt in the hunt. He's going to call me after he listens to this, but just give me a call. You know who we are. Maybe he'll hunt the next one, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I went up to Tennessee and hunted with Josh, and we done all right. Nothing to write home about, but this is probably the first time, I don't know, couple of weeks, But deer season
just
slows.
Kicked in.
Yeah, deer season slows us.
Well,
we got a couple
get a
places.
hunt here,
we get a couple places where we get to go. We can go hunt and things like that. But, and I try and be respectful of the deer hunters because that's their season.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't as long.
Yeah, because it's a long time.
Y'all got long. Y'all stuff is
have
ridiculous. That's why we had to push our dates back even farther for a hunt. That's
because it's from October 1st through February 10th.
It's late, it's middle of February, late February.
And we could kill 2 deer a day. 2 does a day. Now, they finally went to the 3 buck rule, but you still was a buck and a doe. Like, you killed 275 deer a
That's
year.
how it was in Florida. It was a buck a day.
Yeah. It was like, damn.
I love them Florida 11 point, baby. That's my top of deer.
Yeah. Big ding ding.
Call them cow horns.
That's what I got.
I don't know what it is now. Unless when growing up, it was a buck a day.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. So, since the last time that we actually talked on here, y'all started doing articles for Tuskers magazine as well.
We got some new haters from it too.
Did you? Hey, we made the cover this new one.
Y'all balling.
Y'all are balling.
Oh, Charlie Dog and Bob was on there. Rodney's pup. He hates this pup. This is the best pup in the world, and Rodney can't stand him. because it's not female is what it is.
Yeah.
No Bob standing on the log in the background. Poor little skinny dog standing there like, yeah, I got him. He photobombed like hell. But we picked up some land right there, carried this guy and his son on a hunt, and it was phenomenal. It couldn't have worked out better. We dropped the dogs, Midnight Sally, Rodney's dogs, Oscar and Remy. As soon as we dropped them, I was like, well, once they get, the guy said, well, we had some bait down here the other day. And I was like, well, how far is it? He said, well, they'll get down there in a little while. I said, well, they're like half a mile right now. He's like, what? I said, this ain't coon hunting, bud. And I was like, okay, we need to get to wherever that pond is. He said, no, that's backwater off the river. I said, well, that's where we need to go. He's like, that's like a mile and a half. That's where we need to go.
Yep.
It literally took that long. This kid's 11 years old, Micah Battles. I give him Charlie. I was like, come on. So we're going through here, and there's this thick as shit you ever seen. So I've got my back to it, and I'm just bulldozing through it and put my big ass to work. So, and Charlie's dragging Micah through the, but this kid's, he's never been on a dog hunt. So he's literally leading that cur dog through there. And I told him I should get rough with him, make him mind you. And we get out there, and it's nothing but just soup and slop for 150, 175 yards. We get there, get the hog, get him took care of, come back out. This 11-year-old kid had worked so hard, he hit his hands and knees and he's puking.
That's awesome.
He was so hot.
That's what it's about right there.
And then he got out. It's like he's got the mullet. He's got lines cut in his mullet. I was like,
the Bosworth.
dude, yes. I mean, for 100%.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was so cool.
And that kid will remember that
For the rest of his life.
Yes, sir, he will, because next weekend we're going again.
That's awesome.
Right,
and I'm gonna take the magazine. His dad hasn't even told him yet.
no kid.
Yeah, so I know this is not going to air until after we do that. That's anyway. Awesome. So I'm gonna, we got a little thing set up. We're gonna do it for him, and he made the cover of the magazine on his first hunt. I was like, man, that's it's great.
Most of the time, man. People's first hunts are usually like legit. Like
yeah. What was your first hunt?
My first hunt, we caught like a 225 pound.
Oh my God!
It was wrecking dogs.
Florida.
Here we go.
Me and my boy Austin
down there at that pen again.
Nettles and Josh March.
I'm trying. You wrote about that in the last article, didn't you?
One of the true hogs I caught. Yeah, true good.
I'm trying to think about. I don't even remember when my first hunt was.
I don't know,
but like my second or third, I swam in the river and saved about 6 dogs.
Yeah,
we was at Iron Horse.
My first hunt.
It was cold, man.
We didn't even catch a hog, seriously. But I watched the dogs work. I was like, this is totally different. And the guys, they were like, well, they've been down there hitting them hard, trying to get them out of there for the deer hunters. So they had achieved their goal, and they said, man, if y'all want to come back again, we'll do it. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it again. And I went back, and then we caught a hog. Then it was over.
Yeah, it's game on at that point.
Something happened and rattled something loose in my brain. Like I can't sit in a shooting house. I can't sit in a tree stand. Now bow hunting, I'm trying to give that a good go.
That's what I need to do.
I really like it, like for real.
That's legit. That's the closest thing to.
So you bow hunted?
Yeah, I mean, I've shot bows.
Did you know that on broadheads they have like the little practice points on them?
Wow, you shoot on with the practice point.
My first deer ever. I'm like, I got it. Hey, yes, 6 yards. She turns. It's a big old doe. I'm gonna let her quarter away a little bit.
At a zoo, 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm serious. Oh, I'm a hunter, man. What are you talking about? I get where the deer's at.
Come here, deer.
Yeah, I literally know.
Hey,
I pay $15 every year to have my baiting privilege permit, son. There was about 50 pounds of corn right there. Drew back on her.
Wait. So y'all pay $15 to bait?
Yeah. Look, everybody's baiting anyway. Deer and hogs only. You can't do it for nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we need it for. But yeah,
what else can you bait for? Besides that.
Now, why couldn't we do some kind of privilege?
Turkey, everything else eats corn.
Yeah, turkey season, you can't turn your feeders off and beat. Hey guys, don't lie about it either. But once they passed the baiting bill, everybody was like,
when did that pass, y'all?
Year before, last year.
Yeah, so that's when Georgia passed theirs. I remember
Georgia's always
18
been
split right at Macon. Macon was the line.
Yeah, South Georgia you could bait for as long as I remember.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
just like
also
Florida.
run dogs in South Georgia. You can't run
Parts of.
parts of South Georgia.
Yeah.
You can run dogs.
We gained
North
some
Georgia-
ground back last year with the dog hunting. We got a lot of places back in Alabama you can run dogs on deer.
Yeah.
And so we need to see if we could come together as a community as a whole.
We met some people in the GOM blast. Remember the Georgia something Federation, Georgia
I'm
Wildlife
trying to
Federation.
think about what that thing was.
I wrote about it in that little
So,
post.
The houndsman.
Something. It was some older man. And he was the one that actually helped out. They said their group was actually the one that helped out to get that bill. Remember that bill they were trying to pass with any animal with a vertebrae used for dogs could not be
You couldn't
hunted.
Yes.
you couldn't use it in a competition.
And
Yeah.
that included anything, a bird.
There's people
duck,
out there that are working
blah, blah,
in
blah.
our benefits, and we got to support those people.
100%.
I gotta find it. I wrote it. Y'all keep talking. I got it.
Yeah, you got.
I got it.
Where did you put the article at? Where's
It's
it?
not an article. I wrote a big old post about how bigger companies.
Oh,
need to,
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Well, we need to make it an article, man.
Help.
We was talking about that earlier.
I might try to make that an article.
I guarantee you, more Garmins are on hog dogs than any other type of dog.
Yeah.
Maybe deer dogs because there's so many deer dogs.
Yes, people do cast a lot of deer dogs.
But just in terms of sheer numbers,
I bet we're number 2. I mean,
we're
like,
number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, there ain't nothing less than that.
No. And the people that they cater to the most, the bird dog hunters,
1 or 2 dogs
they got 1 or 2 dogs, and there ain't that many bird dogs
in the world anymore.
In the world, really?
Really,
I mean,
world.
You can go to them big ranches and stuff, and they got some dogs, but
They got 18 to 20 dogs in the kennels, and that's a big kennel.
Yeah.
We got 20 dogs on everybody's yard.
yeah.
Now we might not have 20 collars.
No.
Well, one of them dogs is getting fired up over there. Shut!
Yeah, they get excited.
That's how you handle that.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hirsch that dog up.
It's just it's crazy to me, you know.
It's the Georgia Hunting and Fishing Federation
There you go.
down in South Georgia near Patterson, Georgia.
Okay.
That group of people, we met them, awesome dudes, and they were the one that actually put.
So can you join?
Yes,
they
you
have
can.
a group
You
pay.
can,
Yeah, they have a website and stuff that you can pay to be in it.
I wonder if they have anything like that in Alabama.
They might. These guys.
I mean, we got
to talking and stuff. And they're like, yeah, I said we got to talk about bay pen. They were also talking about hog dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
We had a little booth set up, and they were
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. I brought that bill up to them. They're like, yeah, we're actually the ones that actually was able to.
That's good. That's awesome.
Get it rewritten.
Yeah. Because there's so many
now it's
of them.
catered to just dog fighting. They were trying.
Yeah.
It said dog versus dog fight. That's what's in the bill.
Well, it needs to be a specific because the gray areas.
That's
the
what it was so
language
broad.
of it.
It said,
Oh, my God.
It said
thing
dog
is,
versus
those
any
bill-
animal with a vertebrae.
Those people
broad.
know by writing it in extremely vague language that
Yeah.
they can
Get
get
anybody.
more.
They
and
can
more
cover
and
more
and
ground.
more and more and more and more, and that's
Because it could be like, well, it's like you just said, is that hold true? Well, what about birds? It's any vertebrae, anything.
Squirrel.
But you
they
need
were
to-
trying to come at coon. They were
Yeah.
coming after everything.
And then look, if what we've been doing at the store, this has probably been one of the best things that's ever happened as far as for me in a community of the dog hunters is like we're sponsoring some coon hunts. We just went and done a squirrel hunt with the Kimmer Association. We got a few benefit hunts coming up through the coon dog hunters. We're going to start working with the deer doggers. If we can get every one of those groups together, and just, all we got to do is make one trip and to go to Montgomery down here and voice our opinion, or voice our case, because it's either that or we have to band together and have a full dog hunters association for real.
Yeah.
Not just that caters to one side or the other.
Right.
And you'll have to have a fund to have
To
a
push
lobbyist.
that, and yeah,
You'll have to have a lobbyist.
You're gonna have to have
It's going to cost money.
Right.
Because, bills and stuff like that, in the reality of it, they're not free.
No.
I'm sorry. It's in the reality of it, they're just not free.
Government don't do nothing better than waste money.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I agree.
You want somebody? I'm pretty good at wasting money, but I can't.
No comment.
Huh?
I'm gonna work for the government.
There's no comment.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Yeah, talk about wasting money. I ran my woods dog 5 times.
Like, there goes my savings account.
Mom, I need money.
Yeah.
I know you'll see this in a couple of weeks.
But it would be y'all said y'all set up a booth at that place. I think we're going to.
You know what the coolest thing about that was? I cut on that video, the one that got taken down from YouTube.
Yeah.
We just looped it.
I just ran that
Got a
video.
little TV.
You know, it's kind of a dramatic kind of there's some slow motion now. This video from this one is going to be twice as good as that one, just because we got that new camera and it's bad to the bone. But
y'all have y'all have poisoned.
We've got him.
You got Nate, man. Y'all got him with that lens and the camera.
Yeah.
Now my boy Nate's like,
Ain't nothing but a payment, baby.
That's right, baby.
That's it.
But
that's all it is. It's already ordered.
See, we had kind of wood stuff rolling.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing about wood stuff is we understand when we're running through and you can't see 3 feet.
We know what it is.
We know what's coming.
Yeah.
You just got to sit there for another 30 seconds.
Some other people don't, though.
Seconds, and, you know, running by and just wood. But we cut on that bay video, and, man, these little kids, they come by and they go.
And that's when you caught people like we're talking about the kids, but you caught people like parents. Some parents would be drawn into it. The kids would the kids would be zoned in, drawn into it.
Kids,
but some parents would they would see us and they just know we're roughneck people and they would just come on kids, hurry up, kids, get up out of here.
And Ryan started giving them stickers.
Yeah, I'll give them 3 stickers.
Ryan started giving them stickers. If a kid looked at the video,
I'm like, come here.
Ryan goes, come here, man, get here, take this sticker.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's what you get talk. You get talking about getting those people to learn about it and stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of people that even know they ran dogs on hogs.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised.
A bunch of people came out and talked like, they're like, there's hogs here. That's what they said. There's hogs around. I said, yeah, we go 10 minutes down the road and catch a hog if you want to.
Yeah,
it just opened the eyes to a bunch of people, and we try to.
That's the positive education format
and we're trying
talking
to
about.
Right. Yeah, and we're trying to put our brand. Obviously, we post funny stuff, reckless stuff, and stuff like that. But when it's time to get serious, we do try to be serious about the sport as much as possible, and we try to promote it in a positive light.
That's exactly right. I mean,
being able to talk to these people and actually showing them what happened, we had everything out there. We had Showtime dog food out there. We had veterinarian supplies. We had stuff that showed what we could do to protect it, what happens, what we do with these hogs.
We had a hog mount with big old teeth on it. So, you know, they're coming up and saying, you know, what is this? And they'd hold up the vest. You'd say that's to protect from those, you know, because a lot of people just think,
don't know.
You know, they're like, oh, well, they don't take care of them dogs and stuff like that. You know,
that's the biggest
don't get me wrong.
That's the biggest misconception ever.
There's people. There's
apples,
bad apples.
Yeah, but that's in everything.
Yeah,
that's in everything. You go to somebody's dog yard you say, oh, well, that dog's in a chain. He's sitting there running circles. That dog's sitting there running circles and still has muscles popping out of every single because they take care of him. He's got fresh water. He's got clean food, and he's got a job.
Yeah,
he's got a job.
These are not really pets for the most part.
Right, no.
It's a classification, I would say, almost like livestock.
I agree.
You know, and now there are dogs, and there's different breeds of them that are more suited to be just a pet, your companion.
Right.
Yes, exactly. These are more of a high prey drive, high strung dog.
Feral.
Yes, a little bit,
just
a little
feral,
bit. There's no doubt. So
I'm kind of feral myself.
Yes, you are. Yes, a little bit, a lot.
Hey, I ain't.
No comment.
No comment. You talking about doing that at that booth? I went to a dog show as an ADBA. They had a weight pool, and then they done a show shortly after that where we done the bite work with Lily, and we done the same thing. This has been like 2004 or no 2008, somewhere in there.
Right.
And we set a table up with it's crazy because now a lot of those people that walked by that day, they hog hunt.
Yeah.
They had no idea there was hogs there. They didn't know what a hog dog was.
No.
And I had the terrier, so they were really confused then. Because they were he weighs he's like 20 pounds, you know. I was like, well, yeah, what are y'all doing? It's a big hog. It's like, well, we catch him too, you know. And it was the education part. And we tried to do
just being able to carry a conversation with somebody and not trying to beat them over the head.
And so many kids are just interested in the hog stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, those kids. I wish I'd have just set up a camera to video the kids. Like they'd walk by and there's a little background music, but we weren't playing it loud. We weren't trying to be disrespectful to anybody or anything, but they kind of hear that music and they turn over there and look, and there's a dog standing face to face with a hog, and they're just, and them kids, their eyes would just sit there and just get bigger and bigger.
Their parents would be like 6 booths, 7 booths down, and have to come back and get them.
It's like, we wondered what happened.
They love it.
Yeah.
But that's human nature. We've become so deaf-toned to what we were for so long, and life is so easy now that a lot of people, they that it's deep down, it's there.
I think your
That's
food's
the way God made
I
us.
think your food's grown at the grocery store.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way God made us. Almond milk comes from almond cows.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's there in everybody,
Well, it's your primitive instinct.
Oh yeah.
Primal instinct. Like you said, if something drastic happened and we had to just basically go back in time,
we gonna do all right.
Yeah, we're good.
A lot of people ain't gonna do all right.
We're good.
We ain't gonna starve.
But there's gonna be a lot of people that wouldn't be. It'd be bad, and I feel bad for them. I feel bad for kids who don't know what it's like to go camp on a creek bank.
Right.
At 13, 14 years old with 3 or 4 of their buddies and catfish and sit around and talk trash and about all the girls that they're messing with and they're not doing shit. Kids don't do that shit anymore.
You know why?
Yeah. That's exactly why.
We on this thing, but
we love catching hogs, but the camaraderie, the coolest thing about since we've started Boars N Broads is the people that we've met. We would eventually met y'all.
We was talking about that today. Remember we said we went to the first bait competition, or we went to Pistol Creek. Yeah. We was like, man, this is kind of cool. This is awesome.
That's when we watched that jag just
cross. But then we went.
Then we watched Blake Bay 10.
That was my jag there.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It's the one that got his cut on the back
Creek?
From his back all the way up.
Creek?
Yes, at Pistol Creek.
Guys, it's probably 2017.
Up to the side, wham.
It's 2017
with the bigger dog.
Yes.
Yeah,
it was a blue tick named Wimpy.
Yes, it was. Dude, that is crazy. That dog went in there immediately. It got launched.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because they used to do.
Right from that. I'm dead serious that yeeted him, son. He hung on for another week though.
He got after it after that.
Yeah, he's pure Romanian. He was a bad son of a bitch, boy.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought
we first pulled up that.
Yeah, that was us.
It was cool.
Yeah, I mean,
what's that little dog gonna do? He been in there and earring that.
Yes, he sure did. Because we were like, he's going to bay.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I'd never forget that.
We were talking about
we
it
were talking about
today.
today.
I said, I wish I was as tough as a dog, man. You wouldn't be able to tell me a thing.
Yeah.
God,
that's why some of these dogs, you can't tell them a thing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Well, we were talking about today, though. Remember going back to, I said, we went to Hartwell. I said, man, our first shirts, we were just regular little shirts. And I said, we wouldn't put those on and went to Hartwell, and we entered Champ and Shrimp in there. And we stayed up there till 2 in the morning. Yeah. And that was 2 years. That was 2020. Yeah. And I said we came a long way. I mean, some people talk to us, but now we talk to everybody, and we come a long way. And just people we met and places we hunted and the people we talk to on a day-to-day basis.
Cool folks. Everybody that I've met through Boars N Broads, hunted with through Boars N Broads, has all been great folks. I mean, we've been to Texas, we've been to Tennessee, we've been to Alabama.
It's been a ride, ain't it?
I mean, everywhere. And all of the people that we've met are good folks. I mean, I think that's just a testament to the sport. Typically, there's a bad rap of people that are turds in the sport, but most of the people in the sport
really
are
hard-working
jokers, man. I'm telling you, and that's just the public perception of it. There's some turds, but the people when
that's
you
get
out and start talking to people, man, there's great folks.
And I mean, since we started doing it, like it was kind of the same deal. Right. Of course, we didn't have, we weren't on social media or nothing, but I had my kennel and my little side deal. I take people hunting and stuff, Dixie Doggers. And then after we started doing more and more, we kind of got notorious for the little jags. Like, I mean, you see a 20-pound dog go in there and hit a 250-pound hog like it ain't shit. Yeah. People take notice. You remember that.
I remember that for the rest of my
life.
We just got there.
That day.
Yeah, that was his first one. That was his first event that, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Don's gone. I was going to say we could ask him. But I think that was his first one that he won.
We wasn't there 5 minutes. We got in parked the truck, walked through all them dogs. I was like, dude, look at all these dogs. And we went up to the ring and also, wham! I was like, what? This is awesome.
Yeah, this is for me.
And then Blake goes up there and baits that hog. I mean, Blake was baying that hog from year to year.
Yeah, then they had all that stuff. Kids running around. Then they had the little intermission. They did the dog races.
That's one of the coolest
things. They did the dog races.
The dog races, pull them on a 4-wheeler, and they get all in line and go by. That's when Johnny White was riding the little the little mini bike.
Yeah.
No kidding.
He had a camel, little fat
Yeah, I
camel.
see. I remember seeing it.
That was Johnny White back then.
That was back in
Johnny has
2017.
grown
We didn't
so
know
much.
nothing, man.
Johnny's become such a great
know
guy.
anybody. I didn't.
You know what we did?
Yeah,
You know what we did when we left there?
What?
We went to the woods, grabbed dogs, and went to hunting. Caught a boar hog within the first 5 minutes.
Like, no joke, the people that own that, Corey and Jenny, y'all know them pretty good, right? I was going to say, you could jump right there in the back.
Yeah.
They had a Jag, too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the ways that I got more into that was talking to those.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're going to bay pens. So I was like, what is that? And then
See,
it was
we
like
probably
Uncle Earl's. And I didn't know what that was.
I probably live 35 minutes from there.
Do you?
Yeah, we catch a bunch of hogs out that way.
Yeah, we have to go down there. I wish they
Out
could
in
get that one back
Washington,
up going, man.
Georgia. Wilkes County.
There and
I really like that
Tignor.
place.
yeah, Tignor or Pistol Creek and what's the one out?
Broughton Island?
Broughton Island.
Yeah.
We need them two back.
We
Yeah,
caught a stud on a WMA over there
I'm
this
telling
year.
We're at Tignor.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, when we first started, it
I ain't
was
telling you which
literally
one. There's two of them.
we first started going. You could go to a bay every month, right? I mean, not one a month, but there was at least 2 a month somewhere, and just in Georgia.
Right.
Like it was like every other week there was a bay, and I'm sure there was probably one every week at
Right.
some point. I think there was 7 or 8 pens that was up and running. I mean, really putting
Yeah,
it
Jake
out there.
was telling me that Georgia was the hot spot for the bay comps.
It really was. And we had, like, Mississippi. First bay I ever went to was in Corinth, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And same
Mississippi,
deal.
Yeah, they're shut down completely, aren't they? In
Yeah,
Mississippi,
there's no
you can't
bay
have
pens.
them.
Yeah. And that's when there was a video on YouTube for a long time. It was called Insane Jags in a Bay Pen. And it was on for a long time. And it was a couple small dogs. That's the guys I first started hunting with. And we were there all together. And it was December 10th. And the only reason I remember that because my birthday's the 12th. And back then I didn't really have very much money at all. My wife was like, well, you know, what do you want to do for your birthday? I was like, I want to go to this bay thing, you know. And we drive over there. It's like 2 hours from the house. And it was kind of weird going in. Like we went through the projects and pulled in behind them. And there was the bay pen there. I was like, is this going to be hogs? Or,
Yeah, what we doing back
yeah, like,
here?
what are we doing? Hats,
Is Vic gonna come? Michael Vic gonna come running around here?
Yeah,
What-
yeah,
what's gonna
he
happen?
was there. Michael Vick was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
I'm
it?
pretty sure
Yeah.
he was baying dogs. But that's the first time I seen Jake Lacano. And when we were there, this is no joke. This is going to be a little.
How when
testament.
was that?
This is 2008.
So that's back when his fighting weight was there.
Let me tell you.
That's little Jake.
Listen, this is no
185 Jake. Lay it down to you, boy. Snatch you up, boy. He gonna snatch you up.
I'm telling you, this is my first interaction with him. He comes out there, and he was getting his dog ready. He goes unclips his dog, and it was a dreary morning, kind of cool. He has his shirt off, running that dog, running a piss out of him around this field. I was like, what in the hell's that guy doing? And they were like, I was like, he's fixing. They said he's up. In
He
a
must have
couple
drank
runs.
some Four Locos.
I told him, I said, look, that guy will win. We went up there, we was all in there talking, carrying on. I said, he's going to win. And I don't know if they got first or second, but they were in the top, and they was like, well, why is he going to win? I said, you see him getting a dog hot and ready?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking about, you know, with the other side of the dog world on that. It's like, hey, when you put that much into it, you're going to get something out of it.
Absolutely.
And after that, you know, I never talked to him or none of that. And then years later, I seen a picture of this guy with a big old block head, like a big block-headed cur dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, I seen that guy when he was a lot younger. And now he's a lot older, but he's still like a block-headed cur. He is a workhorse.
Pin hand, running the thing.
Does all of it.
Gets on the
Salesman,
mic.
Microphone.
I mean, that joker
salesman,
gets-
MC,
Yeah.
pin help, hog
he
wrangler.
gets down.
He's a jack
Dog
of all
handler.
trades.
He's a jack of something.
Jacket. What?
Yes, that's it.
Love you, Jake. Don't beat me up.
And hey, they got the Hog Dog Nation podcast, didn't they? Just record another.
I think so.
Record
That's fun. So Ryan said you need to listen to this and sent me. That's when we went to Earl's. That's like 2 weeks before we went to Earl's.
Yeah, 'cause I was just doing research.
I didn't know any of these folks.
Before I go places, I usually do research. I mean, anything. Like if we go hog hunting somewhere, I'm usually that I've never been to, I'll pull up a veterinarian that's open, so I know if I gotta go to it, I'll go to it. You know what I'm saying? I try to research, plan ahead. I'm really punctual.
Calculated.
I got my stuff
Nothing
ready.
wrong
I'm
with that.
punctual. I got my stuff. I know what's happening.
Yeah. So well, I mean, preparation is the key to success.
So I got on there. I looked at they had a podcast and I started listening to all of them. And I know Carter's just messing around on the tractor. I don't know what he's doing, but he's on the tractor most of the time.
And I sent it to him. I said, man, you need to listen to these. Hell,
It's funny
we
as
listened to
hell.
all of them up till we went to Winfield this year. So
Well, see, when they were doing that, we had already been talking, which we'd done talked with Jake. We knew all of them then pretty well. And I talked with Ed Barnes and Pat and them when we were in Tyler, Texas one night. We were all talking about podcasts and stuff like that. And Nate and I were talking. And that's kind of what I was like, well, hell, it was all during about the same time. And I was like, I talked to Jake about it first. I was like, well, we've been talking, no, Ed. And he was like, man, do it. But ours was focused on the hunting.
You weren't trying to step on nobody's toes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's got to be a respect thing. It's like, I'm not going to do the copycat thing. We all done talked about it. Everybody wanted to do something. So I was like, well, I'll do mine more along the lines of the education process on the hunting world.
Yeah.
This is more for the bay pen world. Now it's all clashed. We've all worked together, and now we just have a good time and talk about hogs and dogs, whether it's woods hunting or in the bay pen world.
That's what it's about, man.
Well, I mean, if we don't do that, then we're missing out. There's a lot of woods hunters. I got some guys I know. I wish they would come out here and hang out just one time. And I guarantee you, it's just like Rodney.
It's just like you're being, just like tailgating for a football
game or something, yeah.
With
It's
some
like-
buddies that run dogs. I mean, that's all it is.
It's like a adult men's those all night tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
At them softball tournaments. I seen you wearing a softball shirt.
Yeah.
That,
That's a custom-made Dixie Doggers
That's
softball
right,
shirt
man.
right there.
that's right.
Number
But-
20 BPM.
That's right. But you get all aspects of it. There's cool folks everywhere to talk to. You get to watch the best dogs in the world at what they do. They're the best dogs in the world. You get to watch them. And then one of the coolest things I was telling Ron, you every time you go to a ballpark, you got kids out there throwing balls and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that kid's tough. The rankest kids you ever seen in your life are here.
barefooted.
Yes.
I mean, and they are ranked. You were at Earl's when
Yeah.
that monsoon come through there, and there's that big old mud puddle, and those kids were covered.
I'm talking about.
That's right.
Well, what about the barrels? They even wound up doing a contest for the kids. Remember the first 2 days.
They had foot races too.
The first 2 days, there was this one boy over there on a barrel, and he was, had it rolling, standing up doing it. Well, they kept doing that, and after a few times, they were picking on Randy. And they were like, come over here and do this. So Randy gets over to do it, and then they wound up getting him out in the arena. I think Pat's the one that wound up getting him out there. I think Pat could have done the barrel roll if he
horizontally.
That's what I was getting. That's
horizontally.
What I was
He's been eating too much Showtime.
that dude is on that 3122. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Looking.
You hear him, Uncle Pat? You hear him, Uncle Pat? Pat said his dogs won't even catch. He said put that prod on them, make them back up.
PVC or something. Oh god.
He does that just so he can make him videos. That's all it is. So, and that's another guy that's doing something positive for the sport.
He is. And people that don't know him don't know. He just likes to stir the pot. That's really all it is.
Controversy.
Oh yeah, it sells.
It sells.
It sells.
You know who told me that?
Pat.
Randy and Pat.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, Daisy, they're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
When I first, this was it last year, I guess? I was like, these dudes right here, they're going to whoop somebody's ass, and it was like, they're really good friends.
One of the funniest things, Randy ran Goose in like a cut collar a couple runs or something because Goose, he was getting rougher, he was getting a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat had told Siri, the reason you got that neck brace on that dog or something. And he said, what's Uncle Pat think about Goose? And he said, Uncle Pat thinks that the reason Goose got that neck brace on is so he doesn't look out and stuff.
Keeping it tight.
And Pat loved Crow.
Yes.
And Crow was bad. Crow was as honest as a dog as ever has walked in the bay pen.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat loved Crow, so it was always Crow versus Goose, and that's good. That's a good time.
But yeah, it is, and like you said, it's one of those deals where it's like the men's deal.
Yeah.
Everybody's out here having a good time. Well, it's not just men, like just women, kids, the whole thing. But
all of it.
it's a family event.
It's a family event. When they gonna get Goose to come out to Hartwell at Hickory Crossing? When they gonna come to Georgia? Or when's Dominic gonna come out to here and stuff like that?
Man, I don't know. I'd like to see.
Dominic did a long time ago.
Yeah, I'd like to see both sides.
We might have to get him loaded up. I'm saying we might have to get him loaded up in the truck and come on.
That's a. I'm not gonna get in on that too much because
I know. But I like.
I got some outlaw curse shit over yonder. I'm telling you. I like.
That's what I'm saying. I like old Don.
Yeah, y'all know him pretty good.
That was
The first person that
us.
came up to and talked to us at a bay pen. He was the first one that came up just randomly and just started.
He is to me. I think he was the first guy that talked to me.
Just talking to us.
He's
a good dude.
I think he was just wanting to know who the hell I was when I was doing that. Really.
Yeah, he's scoping you out.
He's like, look at that big red-headed son of a bitch. He looks good to be a man.
He said, yeah, anytime you want a pair of
he works at the Lone Star.
Yeah, we're going to Logan's.
Lone Star. Yeah, where's the Lone Star? Yeah.
We ain't going back to
Logan's Roadhouse. Hey, shout out to Logan's Roadhouse.
Logan's Roadhouse.
They got the best roads around.
In Monroe, Louisiana. Man, they got the best people working there. I'm telling you,
Great staff.
They have patience. Yes. It was a good time. It was fun.
And it wasn't late.
No, we thought it was going to be real late.
We thought it was going to be 4 o'clock.
We were in by 10.
Yeah.
It was 9:54, I think.
And I went and got in bed at about 12. And I got in the truck. And Ryan has commandeered my pillow and my blanket. I said, I ain't going to wake him up. So I just kind of leaned back. Joker had the windows down.
Yeah.
It got about 55 degrees. He's got my blanket and a sleeping bag. And I'm sitting here just I woke up in the middle of the night.
Rodney, the windows were down in the truck, and he slept. And I got up. I was like, "Well, I have a sleeping bag. I bought. I told my wife because we got the enclosed trailer and stuff. Now I was like, I'm not getting a room. Now if she's coming, I guarantee you, there's gonna be a room. Mama's like, no, she ain't doing that. But I was like, just us guys. We'll kind of rough it. Rodney, he super roughed it.
Yeah.
And I think it took about 37 gallons of diesel fuel running that truck to get him warmed up. He's still cold-hearted.
Man, about 4 o'clock, I looked at my watch. I was like, I got to get this blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Just snatched it right out from up under his head. Didn't even wake up.
Yeah.
He said I was talking about baying tens in my sleep. So
he was in there talking in his sleep.
Well, I mean, at least he knew he was alive.
He said he wanted to go to the Thirsty Goat or something. I was like, what are you talking about?
Thirsty Goat.
Thirsty Goat? I don't want nothing to do with no Thirsty Goats.
Or mud possums at all.
No.
Them things are bad. Yeah. What do y'all think about the two dog last night and how that came out? Goose and Cowboy, they had a 10, and then they went to the bay off and had a 10, and then
they was gonna have it in a bag, and that dog.
Yeah, Cowboy got hurt.
Yeah.
Cowboy got hurt and peeled out. But I tell you,
well, I mean the dogs that won.
Much respect, man. Is it late? I'm sorry. No. One of the other people that much around. Lulu. I mean, that was awesome to see.
They made it.
That was awesome to see.
They have put in a lot of time, work, and effort.
You could tell she was very emotional and very happy in that ring.
Hey, Johnny,
we got some great pictures of that.
Did you? Yeah. That's what Johnny. He was over there. He said, "Man," he said, "I was up there." He said, "She was up there in tears." He said, "Man, my eyes are starting to get wet." And he's like, "Man, I got to move."
That's I'm only been doing
Joey
this
Barkley.
2 years ago. That's what it's all about, really.
Yes.
Seeing that excitement and the hard work and dedication they put in them dogs and time and effort.
Because
they're right there for the payoff and win.
Are serious.
Oh yeah,
that's
Allie
awesome.
York,
Kimberly Bobo,
yeah.
Simmons, Joy Shaw.
Yeah.
What's the name of their kennel?
Hellhounds. Yeah, that's Lulu. Yeah, and that guy that she's married, Jared.
Jenny Cobb.
That's my buddy. Jared Fender.
There's a bunch of women. I mean, that are all about it.
Yeah, they're
this is a family sport. I mean,
and it's funny because like the husband and wife teams.
Yeah.
Oh shit, no. Look, they. Lulu don't want to run nothing with Jared.
She's getting in there with it.
Yeah, Lulu's out hustling runs with like Mr. Joey Barkley, and guess what? Lulu's in a winner's circle. See, Jared, you need to listen to Lulu, buddy. That's what it is. You better tighten up.
I just need to find a dog.
Well, look, if you find one, let me know, and we'll go half on it. We have to. I don't know. Randy Darrell's got some nice stuff over there. I might go over and get me one of them Randy Darrell dogs. What do y'all think about that?
I think I might just spray paint Goose green and then just You know,
Yeah, just a
call him
different.
something different.
I
Might
really
paint him purple and call him Barney.
I started to get a dog from Eric Mealy, and
Eric's got some dogs.
he's got some. Hey, that's a good.
Is that
guy.
his mama in there? Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Who's
No, I really
who's the older lady that hangs out all the time? Bobbed hair. She's in there all the time. She runs dogs in there.
I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
Anyway, I thought it was.
No, I'm serious. I was trying to think who you're talking about because
I got to talking to her. She lives out in Oklahoma somewhere, but
no,
she's got some dogs.
Miss June, and then Miss
She's
Teresa.
got some dogs.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you got the Rays. I
think her husband's the old cowboy in there, the white cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's Miss Teresa and Lonnie.
Is that them?
Yeah, they. Oh, Bright Eyes. That's their dog.
That dog's back. Yeah, I talked to that lady.
Then you got Iceman, and then Miss June's dog Clyde,
Yeah.
dude, and then Miss Joy's dog Clyde, which is daddy to my dog, dude. There,
It's awesome to see that.
who did he?
He's got
I-
some
I
dogs.
heard so.
He's got some dogs.
Well, they in their heavyweight. They're in the heavyweight thing right now. Eric Mealy is a super good guy. Like I said, we was talking about getting goose and painting. That was where I went with it. I was like, because I really wanted to, but I'm gonna put some time in OJ. I was like, well, I asked him. I said, if I buy this dog, can I change his name? He was like, well, yeah. And he kind of stopped and looked. He said, no. I said, oh yeah. And I would do that. I was like, I would get him and run him everywhere else for at least a couple of times and have a whole different name on him. People's gonna be like, hell, Joey's got another dog. Looks just like this other dog, but his name's something else, you know. I was like, yeah, I was gonna get into that. So it's one of those deals where there's some good stock, and you're talking about finding a dog. There's a lot of these guys and women that's in the sport. You know, they breed them and they have some for sale. A lot of times they might just place one with you.
Yeah.
But man, it'd be so hard to just say I want to pick the best.
Yeah.
Where in the hell would you go? Because there's so many of them.
So many of them are so
the
good
Campbells.
now. So many of them are
Randy,
so
yeah,
good.
Randy.
That's what
Brown
we was talking about when we were talking to the boy. He said that, or I forgot his name, but we was talking to somebody up there and they was talking about how 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you would only see a couple perfect 10s.
Yeah.
But now they said the playing field's so level. There's so many good dogs.
There's talent.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
talent.
Now you got
Everybody's
10
up the
tens.
game.
And all the dogs, you know, what I like about it is all the dogs are different styles. You
Yes.
know, like the style nuances that, you know, we talk about drawing hogs. Well, dogs' different styles blend better with different hogs. But, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of them that can do it on whatever comes out there.
anything.
And they will do it.
And then there's some that really shine on one
Right,
thing,
yeah.
and that's it. You know.
And if the stars line up for them, you can't beat them.
Rocket.
There's that Matador dog, Gene Reynolds, and Bull.
Yeah.
Those two. So Snotty Graves owns them.
Snotty.
Yeah, Red Rider Kennels and Rockin' R Kennels. Those two dogs right there, to me, they're really good all around dogs.
Oh, yeah.
They bring whatever comes out. You know, as far I'm not a damn pro. I don't know everything about it, but I'm just saying what I like to see. You know, those
That
two right there.
versatility. Yeah.
Yeah, they really
They
put on a show.
They shine.
That Elmo pup is really doing.
Elmo showed
Yeah,
out.
he's young. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elmo
Diamond
showed-
G, yeah.
Elmo showed up. Out, yeah.
Crystal and Derek Gates. Yeah, I mean they're.
Who owns? Did y'all watch that yellow dog Legs yesterday?
Trying
Chugging
to
his
think.
name.
Yeah,
Legs.
yeah.
I like that dog.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Yeah. I like watching him,
But
man. He's a good looking dog. But we can say that about 100 dogs.
I just don't know their
Arahula
name.
Pound.
I watched a bunch of them. I don't even know the
I
people's
mean, we
names.
can
and
say it
dogs.
about 100 dogs out here. I really like that.
Every time
Yeah,
they come out,
Bayou
I
Boys.
Yeah.
You got. I mean, you got all these different kennels, and it's like and now, like you just said, now we're getting into talking about. Man, I like this dog.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, I like Clyde. I really do. I hardly ever even go just get starstruck eyed. You know, like, oh man, this is the best dog ever. I was like, man, I really like that dog. And Goose, I like Goose. But to me, like I said, I like Matador and Bull. Those two dogs, they're. I'm not saying they're the best dogs in the world. But to me, that's what I like.
Yeah.
They get busy, and but Bright Eyes.
The Bright Eyes.
The more I watch
I like watching
man,
Bright Eyes, man.
She's so fast.
She's quick too.
Yeah,
man.
she's very quick.
I think I got one picture, and I was shooting I was shooting at a really fast frame rate yesterday, but I had, my trigger rate on my lens, it was going pretty quick. I had one picture, and I was holding the shutter down, and I had one picture. She's flat on her back from where she got rolled, and then the next frame of the next picture, she's standing back up baying.
Yeah, it's
she's quick. She's quick, and she's back.
She can take it.
Yeah, she won't take a step back.
No, she'll take it. She'll go right head up with him.
Yeah, I like that dog.
Yeah, that right there,
that trigger dog, that big black and white dog.
I was going to say the Campbells, they have that. Yeah, like that trigger dog. Which Ricky and Sarah Campbell, they've got very good dogs. No matter what they bring out on their roster is going to be good.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about hunting. There's such a variety. Johnny White's got a lot of good dogs.
Oh shit! I mean, like I said,
there's so many people now.
What's
every time
what's his name?
Yeah, Slick Willie.
Yeah, he got
y'all. Man, every time he brings a dog, they show out.
He got a cur dog that looks like a little cavalier cur dog that looks like one of my ones that passed away, and they ran him yesterday. He rougher than a cob. I love watching that dog go.
But like Johnny White's that Gomer dog. I mean, I've watched Gomer, ever since Johnny was been baying him here. Well, it started in Georgia. I was watching there. And I mean, he'd get rough sometimes. Like, damn, man! And
you
now
talk about somebody that puts into the sport.
He puts so much into it.
From Maryland, he's
from Maryland. So there's no excuse you can't drive 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's legit. Like he's gonna be there.
He lives in Maryland. There ain't no.
And he don't miss. How many has he missed? I don't think
since I started knowing what was actually going on, I ain't not seen.
You're none.
White
Exactly.
He's at Hickory Crossing. He's at. I mean, it's just going south for him. That's probably the closest one to him.
It is.
But it still ain't close.
But to him, it's like, man, that's like 10, 12 hours. Let's get there.
Yeah.
There's I don't even know. He told me, I think, I don't remember how many hours he said it was. I want to say it was like 19 hours. Well, it might have been more. I could be wrong. Sorry, Johnny, if I'm wrong. But I know me and him had talked about it before, and he told me about how long it took him. And he brings a whole pack of dogs. And it costs money to do this, folks. And it costs money to put these events on. That's why the payouts are getting bigger and bigger.
Right.
And so on that right there, too, we've got the same thing to where you got the woods guys. Yeah. They don't want to be involved in a lot of this stuff. So now we're going to figure out something to do for those guys. Yep. Now, Mr. Ronnie Creek, he's got a great idea, and it's going to be out there. I think it will. It's going to be on.
It's going to be another one of those things where you got these woods people that can put up or shut up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They want to talk all this stuff.
It's an actual caster dog.
I mean, some boy in Oklahoma.
The thing that stuck out to me was he said, "I'm going to have the same the dogs." The drag line is going to be the same line every time.
Every time.
And that's the smartest thing about it because, when you get in there and you got a loose running hog, you can say, all right, we're going to free cast him and we're going to go find that loose running hog. By the time the first group runs, they're in great shape. But by the time the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th group runs, that hog track is all over the place. And a good dog,
takes a shortcut.
Or is on a track that's 30 minutes old instead of 28 minutes old.
Yeah, and that'd be a huge difference in it. And like I said, that's one reason why it's going to be in a smaller pen. Like I said, we got the big pen we could do it in, and we're still going to try to incorporate that as well. But that's going to be in February. And I touched on it last night on trying to tell him about some dates. I said there's a lot of big hunts that happen during February. A lot of competition, more tournament style hunts, So you guys have got one.
In
March.
Early March. We're trying to do it the March 2nd through the 5th, I believe. Yeah.
Well, see, we were going to swing out right off the bat in February, because we had all talked and we're all trying to work together. Because I want to hunt you. I don't hunt the ones that I'm putting on. Right. Because number one,
you can't win your own tournament. I talked to him.
Yeah, you can't win your own tournament. There's so many that do, and I'm not saying that's a wrong thing.
No, and if you're doing it honest, then great for you.
Yes. But I'm too busy. I got all these guys like y'all. They're sending me videos, and I got to go through and score these hogs and do all this stuff. I can't get Nate to help me do shit. And Joe Deal, he ain't gonna do nothing either. Rodney's drinking beer, watching me work.
Yeah.
Now all bullshit aside, that's why I didn't do it, because I was like, if I did win, there's all the negativity part comes out, then that's gonna bring out the bad side of me, and I don't want
more
that.
Negative than there's more negative consequences than there are positive.
Yes. So what do y'all got in line for us on your hunt?
So the reason we started this hunt in the first place, our good buddy Josh Stander, the East Tennessee Cowboy, a couple years ago, he lost his youngest daughter in an accident, and it was truly an accident. She ended up, drowning. And so, the thing that we wanted to do for him was just, kind of band together. And Josh, I told the story last time, that joker blew and he'll sit here and lie and say he didn't. He blew my DMs up on Instagram saying, man, we need to go hunt, we need to go hunt, we need to go hunt.
And I'm glad he did.
And I'm glad he did. I mean, I love that joker to death. I love
That's
Haley.
how we met, really. They sat right behind us, and then you came up there.
Yeah,
I was talking to Josh about they were building a house or something.
And Josh will give the shirt off his back to you, and he don't even got to know you to do that. So Ryan come up with it. Ryan's the brainchild behind it. I said, whatever you need me to help, kind of get set up. And man, so we had a good turnout last year. We had 15 teams.
In the middle of turkey season.
In the middle of turkey season. I mean, it was like the first couple.
The date has a lot.
Yeah, and we're fixing to run this thing before turkey season. And I'm telling you, my boy right here has been on those sponsorships. We're going to have, if you want it, it'll be a prize there. I mean,
Hell yeah.
We're trying to do it big, man.
Yeah,
we're trying to.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
It takes, and get more people involved. And we're doing this year. Last year we did a 75% cash back,
and
25% to the standers.
Yeah.
This year we're doing 95% cash back, and then we're going to do 5%. I think the standers are going to donate that 5% to their church they go to.
Really.
And give back to that way. But yeah, we're gonna do first through third, kind of like we did last year. Last year we had some people. We're not going to do the thermals last year. We did a gun hunt and a hog hunt. And the only reason why I did that, because I try to please the county next to where I live.
Yeah, I understand.
They did a gun hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit them up and asked them if we could do they did a hog hunt, but it was gun only. They didn't even advertise it as gun only. I said, can we run dogs in it? They said, no, we're not going to take no dog hunters. I said, all right, cool. But they had like 35 people in there. So I said, well, we're trying to get some money raised for fame. I said, I'm going to do a gun one.
Yeah.
We're going to do a gun too. We had 3 teams enter.
Really?
I said, all right, so shout out to everybody that did it, and I'm grateful you did. But this year we're not going to do a gun.
Yeah,
we're gonna.
And it's nothing against.
It's nothing against nobody.
Nothing
It just
that.
Yeah. So this year we're probably going to do. We'll do first through third again. I think we're going to do top heaviest 5 or 4 again.
Yeah.
We're going to do longest tusk, and then we're going to probably do the longest stringer.
Yeah.
So over like 100 pounds or 80 pounds. We're going to have a limit, but yeah. So there's a bunch of people that have hunted. They're like, man, we caught 36 hogs, but none were.
They done that.
You know what I'm saying?
They caught, like you said, 33 hogs, I think, in that first hunt that we done. And it was only, one hog wins. And he's like, man, we want to do a stringer hunt. And I was like, no, I want to hunt in a stringer hunt because I will never get to hunt.
Yeah,
so y'all's hunt, they make the check out DXD.
Got you.
Or donate.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Because that's how we are with, we catch a lot of hogs.
Yeah.
We might not necessarily. Now we had a pretty decent showing in your tournament.
Yeah, y'all caught 20 hogs?
Yeah,
or better, or over 20.
Yeah, we caught a ton. But the next hunt, we might not get the teeth, or the big boars. But we can go out and catch a lot of hogs. So those people that run dogs and don't necessarily have the big hogs that they can. We'll get a pot. They can, it's going to be a pot worth.
I agree, 100%.
So we're going to try to do
100%.
that, and then we're going to have. Last year, the teams not knocking nobody. We didn't have no rules. We had some boys bust down, and they used some sight dogs and thermaled them, and they caught some good pigs, and and I'm not knocking. That's how they did it. They got dogs, and that's dog hunting technically. But this year we're not. You're not going to be able to use a thermal. You're not going to be able to use a thermal.
Yeah.
If you got there with a mag light,
if you got a mag light that you can sight one from that far, by God, you can do it. I don't care, but you're not going to scan
even the stakes because a lot of those, nothing against them.
I'm not
nothing against them. We're not. Saying
well, yeah,
like
you said, you
can
still use a light.
Advantage when you can run, miles down the road and just say, all right, that's the one we want to catch.
Yeah. Oh, 100.
You know,
yeah.
Compared to hunting up in North Georgia, a bunch of where you got to hunt the mountains and the
Like
rivers.
if Rusty made sure was that the one out in Oklahoma, the guy that Mud Creek Bay. Yeah, I mean, he catches a pile of hogs, big hogs. I tried to get him to get to the tournament. He's like, man, my guys, they're not going to be able to hunt. They go out and they catch some hellacious hogs. But all right, they hunt.
Right.
But everybody else around them, probably not everybody, but the majority of them, they sight them.
Thermal drop down.
They get up there and dump out on them. They can catch
some big ones.
The biggest hog out of that. I mean, literally, you could take your truck, go out in a wheat field or side by side, whatever, and cut that hog out, drop the dogs, and catch him.
Yeah.
That would be perfectly legal.
Yeah.
But I disagree with that in a hunt.
Right.
That's not a hunt.
I want to make it an even.
Yes, it's not a hunt.
As even as it can be.
If you get a mag like that, you can do it. I mean, that's fine, but we're not going to let you drive up and down the roads with a thermal and do it. I'm not knocking people that do that. I'm just saying, I'm trying to even the stakes
Even
out.
if you had a damn a Q-beam, you know, being able to shine and find a hog that far, you know, it's one of those deals where it's just totally different. That's like the high fence stuff. Once you get to a certain acreage, I don't think high fence even matters. It's not a high fence. 20,000 acres. I mean, they got to roll. They got to go.
Yep.
I mean, you take any dog and say, okay, we're going to go hunt 20,000 acres today. Yeah. Shit. Okay. Good luck with that. You know.
That ain't no high fence.
That's just. It's a what property line? I guess that's what we call it.
What about a 500, 600 acre high fence?
I'm all about that. I've got access.
Them eventually, I promise you that.
Hey, that's what we need to do.
That's probably
That spot I was talking about. It will humble. It has humbled so many guys. It's a high fence. You ain't catching my bro. We go out there and them hogs are dogged every day.
Oh, they're running. They know.
Shit,
they know where to go.
Good luck. My hat's off to you. I said, let's tie one up. I said, all we got to do when we catch him, we can tie him and put him in his holding pen so that way we don't catch him again. We don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. None. Zeros, Colin. So I told him, I said, that's the way it is.
Like my dog.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. So,
He's got good
but we're
dogs. He
no,
just
I
tries to make
see
me
it.
feel good.
No, it's one of those deals. But anyway,
so we're gonna try to hold it again at Marc's again, and
I think that's a good idea too because it's still bringing something. You got the wood side, bring
him to an actual bait pen,
to the
and
bait
a lot of people like
pen
walk around, like we said in the last episode. They like to walk around the little museum thing he's got going on, the little barn thing.
I
then they can walk around the pen, see the hogs, and see what it's about, and then we will be taking live hogs over 100 pounds again.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know y'all got your stuff, but anyway.
Well, no, I mean, like seriously, I'm thinking about hunting Georgia.
Yeah.
Thinking about hunting in there as well. That way, I can. You know, I can catch hogs. I can help something else out.
We added a day on the hunt. We last time it was just what was it, Friday, Saturday, and
I
Sunday.
think it started Friday.
I'm retired now, boys. It don't matter the days. I'm here. These two, it was like, damn, I can't do it. I got to work. I got to work.
We got to thinking after we did it, we set the dates. Is like if you did Friday, Saturday, the weigh-ins starts from Sunday. It's 12 to 5 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So now the people that live in Alabama, they got to drive 4 hours.
Yeah,
and it goes back to trying to make it as even as possible.
Yeah,
and it's add another day on
the furthest spot. Like I said, I mean, from the Mississippi line to Hartwell is probably 6.5 hours.
Right.
From where in central Alabama. Now, if you got down in the deep south part of Alabama up, it'd be a pretty good drive. What would it be? Another 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours added to that. Right. So it could be a 10-hour drive potentially if you were in Mobile or something. I don't know the facts, but I think it's reasonable that, even 4 or 5 hours, I have no issue doing that because I can hunt right there at the house and still make the weigh-in.
Well, the coolest thing about the thing we did at the weigh-in there is obviously bringing people together, but we had
that's the only thing that sucks on the virtual stuff.
We had 15. As I was saying, we had 15 people, 15 teams there. Probably 8 teams showed up and weighed in. Mm-hmm. Some of them were out of the floor. Some were like, "We're not going to come. We didn't catch nothing good." I said, "Okay." And then, but we had probably
100 people.
100 people, and probably there, and probably 70 of them were just people.
Just people driving by and seeing a bunch of dog boxes hanging out there.
That was what we actually thought. We were like when we started doing ours. it was like, we'll still have a good crowd and stuff like that. I made it too easy.
Oh,
It's almost too easy for a lot of people. But for the guys out of state, we could all still hunt and compete together.
Right.
But even after this last one, everybody showed up except for I think one team, or that placed anyway. Right. And we all got together. We all had a good time. Everybody got to see new people, new hunters and stuff, and
told some lies.
Oh, a bunch of those. Heath Calicott, he wins the award right there, biggest bullshitter.
Yeah.
Greg Dotson, I'm gonna give him an award because he was probably the only guy that was sober.
JJ Kilgore had to win something.
The best shirt, Hog Cartel. Did you not see that?
The whitey and the Sharpie.
Listen,
that's the coolest shirt. I said we got to get that reproduced.
That's what I told him. I said, look, I can get my daughter to take that and get that copied or whatever the hell you do it, scanned and copy. I said, and I'll print that shit off and I'll put it on the shirt.
I just love the 2 G's on Hog.
The double G. Hey, the big H-O-G.
A joker come in there in that button up, and then all of a sudden I look over there taking a picture. He's got a shirt that says Hog double with 2 G's Cartel on it.
Yeah, the Hog Cartel.
I just got a shirt off over here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't keep all that. You can't keep all that in. You got all that. Let all that man. Yeah, he got to keep all that in. He's got to hold it in. Look at that man right there. Show him the flex, Rod. Look at that. Yeah, that's the flex right there. Right there. Yeah, that is. That's a man.
That's just something you can see in Downsville.
Yeah, and in Monroe, if you're at Logan's Roadhouse, you can see it too.
I never seen it.
Yeah, the guy on the bicycle.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he was doing.
Well, I mean, I thought he was coming. I was thinking, say he was coming to Downsville. Is this milk? Yeah, he's like, no. He's like, are you going to the bay? He was like, no, I'm not.
You just ain't here yet.
And he was on the wrong side of the road, going the wrong way, and was like, be careful. And no, he wasn't doing that. That man was not stopping.
The joker said, I got to get to the bay, boys.
Yeah. If we could have got, did we get any pictures or anything of that or no? Of course not.
So.
Now,
my phone was
dead. Yeah, your phone was dead. But if we could have got that would have been the ultimate meme or whatever. Yeah.
You need to lay off that dope.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, and he was told that by a police officer too. So
that
he told
Joker was going the wrong way in the oncoming traffic on a bicycle with.
Yes, exactly. There,
I arrived
at
the wrong destination. Oh man.
It was a good time. We've had a great time the whole weekend.
Downsville's been good. Downsville's been a lot of fun.
Every time I come here, it's been like it kind of sucked. I didn't win nothing, but I don't ever win much.
I ain't never won nothing in my life.
I was thinking, I was like, man, I may win about 20 grand.
Second ain't winning, baby.
First place loser.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've been there a bunch. But it's coming.
Ain't nothing wrong with silver.
Oh, shit. Yes, it is. OJ's going to bring home the gold.
OJ's going to get it done.
I'm telling you, he's a pretty stout little dog. I'm going to partner him with Goose and we'll run him and see what they do. If Goose can hang in there long enough.
Yeah, if Goose don't look out, OJ won't.
Yeah, that's all it is.
OJ going to run a 10.
I'll put that collar on his neck. Something ain't turning his head.
No sure.
I'll let the gatekeeper stand up there and make sure don't nobody come in there and mess it up. And we'll have it, buddy. So, you guys got anything else coming up or any other things y'all want to express?
No.
Got to make it through deer season.
Yeah, I ain't no doubt about that.
It's a tough time of year, man.
Slipping ain't easy.
That's right.
I got the shirt on today.
There you go. Well, we appreciate y'all sitting in with us again.
We appreciate y'all.
Oh, man, we just here having a good time. That's all we can do. All right, y'all make sure, pay attention on social media. Y'all follow these guys. Like them, comment, do all that good shit.
Don't say nothing dumb because we'll
don't say nothing dumb because you're going to say something dumb back. Y'all make sure to do all that. Y'all check out Dixie Doggers. And anybody that we've mentioned in this stuff, if we left somebody out and we didn't mention you or talk about it, we're sorry. Like, seriously, there's so many good dogs and good people out here. We know all of them, but it's hard to keep up with everybody. So we appreciate y'all. Thanks again. And
Right.
till next time, we'll see y'all.
Thank you.
Talkers out.